So, the topic of the year 2012, date December 21st. It is supposed to be a cataclysmic event that ends humanity, life as we know it, and changes the world absolutely forever. It's a numerology thing, a little bit, because, 12, 21, 12, it's, the same number, but reversed and then reversed again. It's one of those things, but I don't really believe in those things. I've never really studied into those things, so I wouldn't be the person to ask about that. But on the topic of its origins and the scientific validity, I think I can help you out. The origin is within the Mayan calendar. The Mayans believed that the date 12/21/12 would be the end. It was their Ragnarok. It was their judgment day. This was the end of all and that ever would be, and the beginning of nothing. It was, not the beginning of the end. It was the end of the end. This was it. This was the end. Everything would be over. So, they were right. It will be the day we align with something called the galactic plane. But that leads us into the science part of it. Our universe is a disk floating in space, and it would take very, very long to explain all of that, and that's not what this video is about. But our universe is galaxy. I'm quite sorry. Our galaxy is a disk with the center much, much denser than the outside. Okay, and this disk, since it has this super dense center, isn't a perfectly flat disk. This disk is like that, but then in the center there's this little bubble that is the super dense part of the galaxy. There's this super dense, but all that this super density means, all this matter being packed into this space is that it means the center has the greatest gravity, and I mean that makes sense. That's why it's the center. It's drawing everything towards it. So, the outside of our galaxy, the edge of our galaxy, it moves in a circle. The galaxy is constantly spinning because it's a disk, but it does not move in a perfect circle. It moves in a perfect circle, but not a perfectly straight line. It's like if you're spinning a plate on your finger, but the plate isn't spinning perfectly flat. It's wiggling. So if you were to follow one point on the plate, it would make a wave, much like the wave particles of light or of radiation or of anything else that travels through the air, sound, everything. It all travels in these wave patterns. So it makes sense that our galaxy would travel in this wave pattern too. Now, along this, there is a thing called the galactic plane. This is the straight line that it would follow if it were spinning perfectly. The galactic plane travels down the center of the wave, and it's not actually a thing. It's like the equator. It's not a real line. It's just a line that we know is there. Now, the Mayans predicted that on the date, December 21st, 2012, by their calendar, they didn't use the Ancan calendar that we use, that Earth and the rest of our solar system would pass through this galactic plane as it traveled on the wave that is the edge of the galaxy. They were right. We know that because now we can track it with telescopes and satellites and modern science. They were right, and that in and of itself is amazing, regardless of if anything happens or not. Their astronomical capabilities were amazing. Continuing though, I digress. We are either always here or here, but we have to travel along this, so eventually we pass through that. According to geologic studies and the timetable of the Earth, it's believed we have passed through it once. Only once. It's believed it has only ever happened one time in the Earth's history. Now, that's a very significant fact, because we do know that once in the Earth's history there was no life. And I mean before dinosaurs. I mean at the very, very beginning. We know there was absolutely nothing. hey, this could be what it is, it could not. I personally don't believe in it, but I'm not the one watching the video. I'm just the one providing the information. So, the facts are that we are going to pass through the galactic plane in the year 2012. That's a fact. A fact is that there will be massive gravitational forces pulling from outside our galaxy into the center because of that super dense center I was talking about earlier. Everything pulls towards it. Now it only pulls toward the center. So when you're up here, or when you're down here, or when you're over here, it does not pull as greatly as it would pull when you're here. And that's what's significant about this date. Yes, the Mayans were right about where we would be. No, I do not think they're right in that it will be the end of all life on Earth. I guess that is for you to judge in your own beliefs, and for us all to wait and see. It's coming, it's 3 years away, it's very, very close, and we'll know about it any day now if it's real or not. So, keep waiting, keep watching, and if anybody has any comments, please put them in the comments section below, but try to keep them nice or I'll remove them, you know? Try to keep them polite. Thanks.